Quick little overview of this SVSEF Alpine cost delivery worksheet. So there's this overview is the logic behind the math as far as understanding what the true cost of delivery is for the Alpine program. So I'm going to walk you through this line by line quickly, just to give you a sense of the landscape here. So here you have this is for 2015-16. Make note, because that's, you know, the cement is dry, the costs are in. We know that everything is at a true cost level for 15-16, whereas it's still a moving target with 16-17 as we accrue expenses, negotiate contracts with staff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So here you go, 2015-16 tuition per team within the Alpine team. Okay, total income based on the number of athletes in each team. And if you scroll over here, these are some of the assumptions used for this worksheet with regard to salaries, and then of course number of athletes in each program. We'll get into salaries. Next is the wage matrix. This number is important because it is it's a relative weighted factor as far as how to allocate program director costs, technical director costs, and then some of the other costs that are reflect later in this worksheet. But essentially, FIS is accounting for 25% of the costs for those roles: program director, technical director, and then of course other expenses down below. 20% for USSA, 20% IMD, 15% North, 10% Mini World Cup, and so on, totaling 100%. Here we have the wage matrix: head coaches, strength and conditioning, interns, a strength coach, career development, salaried assistants, and session coaches. So you get a total wages in this row right here, plus 15% employee tax, which includes workman's comp, FICA, and those are actual numbers. All right. So getting a total cost here for each program. Okay. What I did then was took the total wages here divided by the total number of athletes here, giving you a cost per athlete for just personnel, for just coaching. Okay, and these are the actual costs based on each team. So for example, the FIS program, it cost $9,228 per athlete for coaching. Okay, and then the associated employee taxes that come with it. Moving down to better understand that number, how that number fits in, we've got again tuitions here based on 15-16, total cost for wages per athlete here, and then delta. Okay, and there's a little wages versus tuition by team. So the green is the tuition, blue is the total cost per athlete for wages, and then the red is the delta. You can see a small positive here for our core programming from Mini World Cup up to USSA, and then a significant delta in the FIS and some delta in the Devo. And there's some, for that. But that's not all of it. So what I did then was pulled out of the P&L from 15-16 costs, which would include the facility insurance, vehicle fleet maintenance costs, staff education, licensing, etc. All of those other costs that come into just supporting the Alpine program only. Okay, and again, these were the total costs. There were $137,000 in total other costs for the 15-16 fiscal cycle, and then this number is again based on this rated percentages. All right. So then you have, again, looking at the FIS program in particular, there were $1,500, $56 in other costs beyond personnel. So moving on down, the total cost, the actual cost per athlete for delivery is the sum of total wages plus other costs, giving you this figure here for FIS, this figure here for USSA, IMD, and on down the line. And then of course here is the delta. So you can see based on this, the actual cost of delivery for a FIS athlete 15-16 was $10,768 stacked up against a tuition of $6,800. And this is reflect in this graph where you're looking at tuition, actual cost per athlete, and then the delta. Hopefully this all makes sense. It should. And and it's it's just good data as we look to the future as far as our pricing and such.